Action figure deconstruction. What is up? Welcome to another episode of Action Figure Deconstruction. I am the Master of Disaster, Josh45, and with me as always is the Master Collector, CBS. What's up, my friend?
Not a lot.
We are back from a slight delay, and this week we have a really awesome figure that I cannot wait to talk about and break down. It is the G.I. Joe classified line Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. It is an Amazon exclusive.
Yay, Amazon.
Yay!
Well, okay.
You ready to break this down?
I don't see why not.
All right, here we go. So the entire classified line comes in this really sweet 6-inch line display box. It's kind of like the normal, especially for Hasbro figures. I think they're really kind of going with what the collectors love, so they can take them in and out of the box and put them back in, so they're not going with any of like the blister cards or things like that. The top just pops just right up, and the figure slides out real easy. So this figure is based off the 1992 Ninja Force version 3 of Storm Shadow, the original A Real American Hero line. That figure came with the white sickle and the white katana, just like this one does. This figure also comes with a sweet grappling hook. It also comes with one single arrow and the bow and arrow and the quiver backpack. So the hood is removable. The head is 360 degrees, spins all the way around. So like all Marvel Legends and Hasbro figures, it comes with the upper shoulder joint. It also comes with the regular shoulder joint. Move down to the bicep joint, the double elbow, and then the wrist joint. The shoulder pad isn't removable though. So then you have the mid-torso piece that moves back and forth. And also the waist that moves back and forth. And the belt on this thing isn't removable. There's no peg or anything to be able to pop it off and take it off. On this figure specifically, it's a little loose. So then you have the upper hip joint that, you get your 360 movement. You have your thigh that spins all the way around. Then you go to the double jointed knee, similar to the elbow. And then you have your ankle. So the G.I. Joe Classified Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. This is an Amazon exclusive. This figure is really neat. Like I'm surprised they went with this version of the Storm Shadow so early in this line. I love this version of Storm Shadow. Again, like we've said multiple times through this thing, the 92 Ninja Force version of Storm Shadow. It's version 3. They kind of just completely skipped over actually version 1, which is your
classic Storm Shadow,
your classic white, cool Storm Shadow, which I know that they are coming out with. They've already like released SKUs and all that kind of stuff for it. but also the version 2 Storm Shadow, which seems to be probably just as popular as version 1 with the urban camo, the first time he was actually part of G.I. Joe. If you don't know, the first time he was a hooded version. Interesting enough, like the urban camo Storm Shadow, the version 2, he's always been Snake Eyes' sword brother. Like, he was only part of Cobra a few times because he was under the brainwave scanner, blah, 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 read the comic books. Also because he was after the person who killed his master, which was Zartan. So he joined Cobra undercover to take revenge.
It's all about revenge, always.
All about revenge.
Always.
So anyway, it was fascinating that they went with this version, but I've always liked the Ninja Force version as well. I think it's really, really cool. So these 6-inch G.I. Joe classified figures, every single one of them, in my opinion, have been incredible. They've done an amazing job. My only problem with it is the availability. There's just too much scalping going on. Target exclusive, Amazon exclusive. There's even the regular line was hard to get initially, and even still kind of are. That's the biggest problem with it. If you want people to invest and support a figure line, make them available to the collectors. I know that all these online bots that like are overbuying things from Target.com, things like that. But it's mostly the Target exclusives, which are the problem.
Well, it's happening with the classic Walmart ones too, the 3 3/4.
Right.
It's the same thing.
So
mostly on the girl figures, because the guys you seem to like get. So
I mean, other than that, I mean, they're doing an amazing job. It's cool to see G.I. Joe in a different scale. The updates on them are really, really awesome. Like, just across the board, I think have been fantastic. They can add so much more detail. Not they weren't detailed before in the 1/18th line, but there's so much detail you can put in their faces, on the texture, on the arms and the face and whatever.
Oh yeah, the sculpting is. I mean, all 6-inch lines have really good sculpting for the most part, but this level, I mean, there's texture inside the boots.
Yeah,
it's
incredible.
Awesome.
Storm Shadow's always been one of my top favorites, but I mean, besides Shockwave / Shock Blast, Storm Shadow's my favorite, and I don't really know if we're going to get him as a figure.
Oh, a Shockwave?
Yeah, and I say Shockwave because if you don't know, Hasbro had to decide who was going to get the Shockwave name, whether it was Transformers or G.I. Joe. They gave it to Transformers, Shockwave being
Shockwave, yeah.
Shockwave, and then so they made the G.I. Joe character, who was Shockwave as well, the blue urban camo SWAT figure. They switched his name to Shock Blast.
In later figures, yeah.
He's basically Beachhead, a blue version of Beachhead with a hat. So, but he was always my favorite figure growing up. But secondary to that, Storm Shadow is always my favorite. Any version of Storm Shadow. So that's why we decided to do this today. Again, it's been a little while since we've been here. It's good to be back. So thanks for joining us. This figure, I've seen weirdly to me, I've seen customization wise, I've seen some people customize this figure online, and I don't know what they're trying to do. It's almost like they paint it white completely and then go back in and add stuff, and I don't understand what they're trying to do. This version,
just trying to make a version 2 figure for
and they're not even doing that. Like, I'm confused. They must have had enough. I mean, these figures are coming off at $20+ a pop. So if you're just going for it and just starting to paint and not sure where you're going with it, and that's what it seems like most of the customizations are going with, that confuses me because this figure wasn't exclusive. They did sell out, so they're only available limitedly right now. My weird thing about it is, why would you mess with it unless you have multiple versions of it? And all the customizations I've seen aren't very good, so I don't know what they're trying to do. The figure alone by itself, how it is fantastic. So other than that, like, we are going to get a classic Storm Shadow version. I'm pretty sure they're going to release it with a tattooed arm, because like in the artwork that they released on the GIJoe.com, he has a sleeve, like a Yakuza style sleeve, which I thought was interesting. So I mean, people, whatever. People want to customize, let them customize.
Sure.
I mean, these things are completely compatible with all your Marvel Legends, anything that Hasbro does in this size. So you can do whatever you want. But honestly, like, it's such a perfect figure. I don't know why you even mess with it. Unless you ordered 1,000 of them and you want to just mess with it. So good on you if that's the case. So,
well, I think it's more a matter of fear of it not coming out. I mean, as a thing, if they don't put out a version 2 and the version 1 does have the sleeve, well, for some people, that's not going to be what they want. So,
right.
I mean, do what you like to do if you have them and you can, I guess.
So as you can see, CBS is going to show you there. This version of this Storm Shadow has been released a few times. There's the modern era version. That was actually a Dollar General exclusive,
which was really weird when it happened. But yeah,
which was really cool, and it kind of like took everybody by surprise. But then there was the original '92 Ninja Force version, which had like twist the body and it kicks the leg or something, or it's got a chop. There's something they built in like actions, which kind of made the figure not.
It's cool. Yeah, no.
But the figure looked fantastic. So there you go.
That whole wave had karate action. So
always karate action.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or kung fu action or something. So we are Action Figure Deconstruction. We are on all social medias as that at Action Figure Deconstruction. We are also at
Instagram, be Top 5 Comics CBS.
That's all your art and
stuff.
Funds and things.
Well, I mean, convention pictures when there's conventions, but
when the world go back to normal, which at this point nobody knows when we'll ever get normal again.
Probably not.
And then also anything else. And then on top of that, we have I'm at Windle24. It's WINDLE24 on Instagrams. We also have a couple other friends who do some things. We have the Scovillionaires guys. It's a hot sauce review show. So
also here on YouTube,
like Scoville. Like Scoville Unit or like Millionaire, but combine them, Scovillionaire. I can't tell you the spelling right offhand because whatever.
Fancier than needs to be.
And also, there's the Top 5 Comics podcast.
Yep. You also find that on YouTube or any Instagram. Sorry. Instagram, any platform, really.
Any podcast website, Top 5 Comics podcast is on there. And then CBS and me also have a more adult themed. It's a movie podcast called Never Been Done Podcast. You can check that out as well. All those things, just search it, type in some words, or it's all available on top5comicspodcast.com.
Correct.
So anything that we just talked about, top5comicspodcast.com. There's links to everything. Check that out there.
Sure.
So other than that, man, big fan of this figure.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Figure wise, it's really well designed. The whole line's put together really well, like you said earlier. But as far as like a figure, I mean, Storm Shadow is always awesome. So
true that.
Yeah, it's great. I do wish it came with a foot stand, but none of the line has. So
yeah, I wish I really do wish this 1/12 scale came with foot stands. It makes it so much easier to do things. I mean, they do stand up on their own to an extent, but you have to really kind of work toward it. So
if you want crazy poses, it's harder.
Right.
But I mean, that's the name of the game, I guess. Something like that.
Well, anyway, if there's anything you want to see, anything you want reviewed, and you want to send it to us, contact us on any of those social media platforms. It's great to be back. It's great to see you guys. I hope you enjoy this episode. Like us, rate us, review us, any of those things. We don't do this for money. We just do it for fun because we love action figures and we like talking about them. So, but whatever you do helps us out. And if there's something you want us to see, hit us up and send it to us and we'll review it. It'll be cool.
We'll try to be within reason, people. Come on. We don't want to get original Boba Fett. We're not going to find that.
Well, yeah. If you send us an original Boba Fett in the packaging, I'm not going to open that. I would feel terrible about that.
Send one. That'd be awesome.
I mean, send it.
Oh, yeah.
I do have an original Boba Fett 12-inch. My great grandma gave it to me.
That is really cool.
He's not in the package, but I still have him.
Right.
So maybe we'll show him one of these episodes. So until next time, same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Thanks for joining us. Did we have a noise last time? Pew, pew, pew.